Hey everyone, and welcome to the final weeks of the course. You guys have made it a long way, and we're at the end of the semester. So in this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going over the modules for this week and next week, and then also reviewing a little bit of the final exam as well. I'll make another video for the final exam, and I'll post that there, so you guys have that available to you. So with this presentation, I'm going to go over it in more detail in just a second, but it's going to be similar to the presentation that you did towards the beginning of the semester, but just a little bit different because we're focusing on maybe not yourself, but telling a story outside of yourself as well. And I'll give you some examples of that. So at the beginning of the semester, we did a personal presentation where you kind of introduced yourself, told a story about yourself that kind of like let us know a little bit more about your personality, a little bit more about you, something that you're passionate about, that sort of thing. So with this presentation, what you're going to do is the same type of presentation, so formatting wise, where you're going to have like a slideshow with audio narration, or it's going to be you in the video, that sort of thing. So the same type of formatting, but for this one, what you're going to be doing is focusing on storytelling. So it could be a story about yourself, it could be a story about someone else, it could be, as you can see, let me switch over to the module really quick and we'll review that, the rest of the options there. Okay, so as you can see over here on the modules, I combined modules 14, 15, and 16. We're currently officially in week 15, but between this week and next week, you're going to be completing your visual storytelling and then the storytelling discussion board. So let me go into the visual storytelling presentation guidelines, and you can read these word by word if you would like. But like I said, a lot of this is very similar to the presentation that we did towards the beginning of the semester when it comes to formatting. But the type of story, or the type of storytelling that you're going to be doing, is going to be a different thing from what you did at the beginning of the semester. And the other thing with this presentation is there is a requirement where in the first one I allowed you guys to just do a video of just yourself talking, like having yourself on camera and talking, and some of you took advantage of that and used that for the format. But for this one, you're going to do it, you can have yourself talking during the presentation, but you're going to want to include slides as well, so a combination of the two. And I'll show you an example of that. I'll include it in the module for you to click on that and include it. I have a little playlist of presentations there. So kind of scrolling down, I gave you some examples here of what other students have done, a lot of different things here. It's supposed to be fun. So telling a fun story about something that's happened to you, something that's happened to someone else, maybe something fictional. Like I said, some people do fan fiction, or they just tell a story that they've made up, that sort of thing. So I know I have some students who are into creative writing or poetry or whatever it may be, and they tell stories that way. Let's see, let me scroll down a little bit more. So options for creating your video. I included this in the previous presentation that was at the beginning of the semester too, different ways that you can create your presentation, and a lot of you last time took advantage of Adobe Spark, so that was awesome. You can use that same software that you chose before for this presentation as well. I have a playlist here where I have tutorials to help you out. I think I included this with your other presentations as well, so if you need maybe a tutorial or something to help you, you can click on there and you can look at that playlist. And then just some stuff to keep in mind with your presentation. So just keep in mind that you don't want to read from a script. You want it to sound as natural as possible. Use really vibrant images throughout your presentation. The image part of this is going to be really important to kind of tell your story. We want to see on the screen the images to go along with that story that you're going to be telling. It's going to be really important to do that. Include your own personal images if you have them, absolutely. And then I really would like for you guys to submit this, down here I have it, submit it as a URL rather than like a large video file, because this is going to be done in a discussion board format, so it'd be easier for your fellow students to just click on a link rather than to have to download your video and then watch it. Last time, I'll say, for myself, even using high-speed internet, it can take a few minutes per video to download them and then watch them and that sort of thing, which would be kind of time-consuming. So if you can have it as a YouTube URL or Adobe Spark URL, so something that myself and your classmates can click on and watch your presentation live like that, okay? And then going back, let me go back here, scroll down. And then you have your visual storytelling discussion board. So as with all the other discussion boards, there's 2 different due dates for this presentation. So you have your first due date, which is this Thursday by 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you're going to be posting your video to the discussion board. So that's going to be your initial post. And then have at least 2 peer replies by the end of the day on Tuesday, the 26th. Okay, so those are the 2 due dates that we have for this. A little bit different than we did last time. That kind of goes over a weekend, but that's okay. That just gives you the weekend to watch presentations and leave feedback as well. And then, like I said here, I kind of repeat it again here, make sure that it's a URL. If you can do that, that would be great. Upload your presentation to YouTube, and then just post copy and paste the URL into the discussion board so myself and your classmates can watch that there, okay? Let me go back. And then like I said, I'm gonna make a separate video for the final exam, but just know that the final exam is going to be open for a week. It's going to be open early, so you can do it next week if you would, or where are we at? Yes, next week. So you can get that done during the Thanksgiving, break if you would like to, and then have that done before any of your other finals happen during finals week, which is the first week of December. So I'll make a separate video explaining that, and then you'll be good to go. So as always, if you have any questions, let me know, and I look forward to seeing your presentations.